Chronicles. How are y'all doing? Look at the beautiful trees. Aren't they so pretty? Oh, shoot. That car was really close to my car, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? Look at these trees, you guys. Happy fall. It's fall season. It's October 2022. It is the month of Halloween. Hallows Eve. Now I know you guys know I talk about Jesus all the time. And that's not going to change just because it's October. It's actually the month of my first daughter's born month. She was born right before Halloween, actually, not too far. But let me just say this, okay, because I make videos like this every year, okay? Y'all have to forgive me. I haven't been in my car a couple days. It's been a little dusty. But y'all have to forgive my car. But listen, Hallows Eve used to be called Samhain or Samhain or Samhain or Samhain, however you say it. Used to be All Hallows Eve. Then it went to Halloween. Samhain or Samhain, where so many different ways to say it. And it started way back. It was a Celtic celebration in Ireland. And yes, it is like the Druids and all that kind of stuff is, involved. And so what they believed on this specific day, on Hallows Eve, that it was the day that the dead would be able to cross over because the supernatural, whatever veil that separates the earth from the natural and the supernatural would be thinned, and what these ghouls and ghouls and demons from the other side would cross over onto our land. So they believe that this day they would come and they would haunt people or whatever. And so first it started off as in people leaving like whatever they grew, their crops, their harvest, whatever they had, they would offer like, the best pumpkin or the best squash or whatever, and they would leave it outside as an offering for the demons or ghouls or whatever to kind of pass by and to not, bother them or haunt them or whatever. So it's like an offering to, hey, leave us alone. So then, there was like festivals and, kids started dressing up like ghouls and goblins and stuff to kind of, it was actually adults who started, but kids would join because the adults were doing it. They would then start dressing up as ghouls and goblins and, other demonic, creatures to kind of fit in so that they would not be harassed or, attacked by demons or goblins or whatever witchery that's going on this day. So this was a belief that people thought if they dressed like them, then they wouldn't be, harassed or attacked or whatever. So that was the whole thought about that. So then what happened was they would let the kids, dress up too. And then, and so then people would start giving out candy to the kids because, they made like a festival. Oh, well, but at first, of course, it was like fall time, winter, pumpkin, cookies, hot chocolate, pumpkin spice, all that kind of stuff probably started around that time. Now, I'm just throwing in extras, okay? Y'all just work with me here. Then the kids are doing it, and then they're doing all this, having festivals and hollow parties and all this other kind of stuff. And of course, out of all the days in the world of the year, this one day is the most, you can look it up, there's like the most, kidnappings and, fights and all this kind of stuff that happens on this day, specific day of the year. And so if you can think about it, why is this day the most demonic day of the year? And then this day too is the day that witches, like they celebrate this day and they do the most sacrifices, children sacrifices. Like they just came out with this movie Hocus Pocus 2. Now if you remember growing up as a kid, a cult classic Hocus Pocus, everybody's seen Hocus Pocus. And it was a cult classic, yes, and everybody's seen it. And again, they would take these children's and they would pretty much sacrifice them and get their powers like from the children. It would make them younger and stronger and more vibrant. But those are demonic in nature and their deceptions. But this is what, this is what witches do anyway. This is what they do. They do children sacrifices, and it is very much real. So again, like I was saying, you guys, if you think about this day, Hallows Eve, they dress up, they practice, they have the most occultic practices on this day, the most seances, the most offerings to the devil. And we cannot just think it's okay to partake of it. It's like saying, okay, you don't worship the devil and you're not a witch, but you're sitting in a group of witches while they're doing a performance on a child sacrifice. But you're just going to sit there and watch them do it. you're partaking of it. You don't have to actually do what they're doing, but you're sitting with them, so you're practicing what they're practicing. So my daughter is turning 11 this month, and no, I have never let her or my youngest one ever go trick-or-treating. We do not do trick-or-treating in my house. And for the simple fact that it doesn't matter. All the other holidays are pagan, yes they are, but they are not sacrificing babies. On Hallows Eve, Halloween, they do this. And this all ties in with the winter solstice and stuff like that. So you guys have more time to look into that and read up on that. But listen, I am not here to tell you how to live or what to do. But I am here, however, to inform you. Christians, born-again believers, children of God, you cannot provoke God, okay, with things that are not of Him. You cannot sit at the same table with God and the same table with devils. You cannot eat and sit with witches and warlocks and say you're not partaking when you are. You have to use common sense, y'all. The days are dark and they're evil, and they are shortening. So time is running out, y'all. And I mean, okay, yeah, it's just for fun. Let kids be kids and have candy. Well, let them have it on every other day of the year. Shoot, I'm gonna let my kids eat candy on Halloween too. But we're not gonna be talking about Halloween. We're gonna watch some good old family movies. We're gonna pray, and we're not passing out no candies. Kids, that's another thing I don't do. I don't pass out candy to kids. No, I don't. But I most likely will put out some Bible scriptures outside and put out Jesus loves you on my door like I usually do. I'm not playing with the devil. I don't have time to play games with the devil. Y'all, listen, you don't think that this enemy is real, but he very much is. He is alive. He does not sleep, and he does not care about whether or not you say you're a Christian or you're a follower of Jesus and you're not living like it. He don't care. He don't care. You can say you can go to church all day till your hair turns gray. But if you're not up in there every day using your spiritual warfare, weapons of your warfare, if you're not a threat to the kingdom of darkness, pulling down strongholds, principalities, casting out devils, laying hands on the sick that they may recover, rebuking devils, laying hands on the sick that they may be even raised from the dead and healed and delivered and set free, then the devil is not worried about you. In fact, if you're watching this video right now and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna do me. That's because you're already serving the devil. You're not trying to look for him. He already found you. He got you. But this is some information here to let you know that you can be delivered today, that you can have deliverance today. All it takes is a little time and say yes to the Lord. Just say yes to Jesus. So again, this day is a day that they celebrate a bunch of demonic stuff. This is not like, oh, let's watch scary movies and eat hot chocolate and candy corn and make corn balls and all this other stuff, which that is fun. You can bob for apples or whatever you want to, have your festivities. But why in the name of that is the question that I'm asking. Like I said, it could be done any other day of the year, any other day of the week, any other day of the month. Why on this specific day is it so prominent and important for us to recognize that kids should dress up like ungodly things, or even if they dress up as angels? Because I see it all the time. Oh, we're going to go to the church and do a trunk or treat. Matter of fact, I just got a flyer. What is a trunk or treat? So you're telling me you're going to let the kids dress up like holy things, quote unquote, and still let them go around to strangers and get candy? Hold up. Isn't this the one thing that we said we're not supposed to do? Told our kids, do not take candy from strangers? Didn't we tell our kids, do not talk to strangers? Didn't we tell our kids to leave alone people you don't know? Don't talk to them. Don't walk into their house, their car. Don't take no candy from them. Don't ask them for nothing. But yet on this one day, you'll just X out everything you was just told them and taught them to take some candy from random strangers. When I was younger growing up, okay, I'm an 80s baby, but growing up in the 90s when I was old enough to go out and do stuff, whatever, we heard about kids getting razor blades and apples and, you know, poison. They were injecting into candy bars and people were getting sick. Some kids even died. And they would be like, parents, make sure you go through all the candy, and if anything is open or punctured and blah blah, you know what I'm saying? But see, how to get around that, just don't do it. Just don't allow your kids to do it. So again, if I say I'm not a Satan devil worshiper, but I'm gonna sit here and hold hands with Satanists while they doing a ceremony, a seance, but I'm not saying whatever they say, I don't know what they say, but I'm saying I don't do it, but I'm sitting in the same room at the same table in the same circle with them, but yet I say, oh no, I'm a Christian, see, I don't do that. Then I myself is confused and don't make no daggone sense. So that's pretty much my thing, y'all. Please educate yourself. Samhain. It's called Samhain. That's how it's pronounced, I believe. Before it was Halloween, before it was Halloween, it was Samhain. Okay? It was a Celtic celebration. And you gotta remember, they were dressing up as weird demonic creatures. This wasn't like something fun to do. This was like a demonic looking celebration. If you would walk up in one of these places and you saw all these demonic faces and clowns and everything, you'd be like, what the heck are these people? But yet now, because we've been so distorted to it, because we watch all these movies with all this demonic crap, it's become so user quote unquote friendly. It's become so all right because nobody is talking out about it. Well, here I'm to say today, what is darkness we should not partake of? He said we're not supposed to engulf ourselves and wrap ourselves with the fruitless deeds of darkness. We're not supposed to join them, but we're supposed to expose the works of darkness and keep away from even the look of evil, even the form of evil. Even if it looks like we're doing something we're not supposed to be doing, don't do it. You're not even supposed to be in that type of situation where you look like you could possibly in it, because then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you're in it, but when really you're not, but you are. You know, guilt by association. Okay, when you go, when a cop pulls you over and you're in the car and someone just killed somebody and you're in the car with them, you didn't do it, but guess what? Guilt by association. If someone robs a bank, guess what? And you're in the car with them, do you think they're just gonna let you go? Guilt by association. You are an accomplice. You are a whatever. You're associated with this person. Therefore, you're going to jail. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, sure, you can go. Go ahead and get out free. You didn't do nothing wrong. No. So we cannot continue to walk out here, talk about Jesus, go to church on Sunday and Wednesday and Friday and Thursday and Monday and all these days, and then afterwards live like the devil. We cannot keep on, y'all. Okay? What in the world? Can I get water from... okay, how about this? Can I drink water from the ocean? No, it's salt. It's gonna dry everything up. It tastes. It touches. I cannot get apples from a pear tree. I cannot get honey from a cactus. Okay? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Now there's nectars and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, there's agave, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. So we can continue, y'all, to pretend like we know that what we're doing is right in the eyes of God. It is not. It is not. God is not pleased with it. Therefore, we should not partake of it. We should not be doing it. And we should consider the things that God told us in his word. That's why he said, don't just be a hearer of the word, but be a doer also. Don't be a hearer only, but be a doer also.
Incoming call. Press U.